Good morning all. Today we will see something about the topic on drone and applications. What could be the design specifications that we have to follow? In the yesterday's class we have seen something about the components that is necessary for drones. I hope everyone are remembering that. So what are the components that are necessary? It is necessary for us to have some GPS or the radio for locating the information and for data transfer. We already do know that drones are capable of using IoT technique in order to calculate the data or to interpret the data that have been captured by the drone. In order to do so, it is necessary for us to have some radio and GPS for location, so that it would be helpful for us to gather that information and to transfer that information. It has to have some video and still cameras, for that it would be capable of recording the position of the objects and people, or else if it is going to be considered for a sports videography or for a police academy, then it would be helpful for them to identify the people with the help of the photographs captured by the drone. And in consideration of the sports videography, we could calculate the match, that is we can record the match totally, and that could be interpreted and retelecasted by with the help of the analysis of those data. It has to have some temperature sensors, light sensors and heat sensors for locating the living beings or monitoring the weather systems and more. So if these sensors are available, it is capable of interacting with the IoT application, and it will be helpful for sensing the light, heat and temperature, so that the data which has to be interpreted by the drone could be done directly without any deviation, and that data will be stored under the drone applications. It has to have some weight payloads for them to calculate, or for them to locate or deliver the payloads, cargoes and packages, including the medical supplies. As we have already been seen at some videos that someone has used the drone for package delivery, and I hope everyone will remember that film too. So in that film, what he would have been doing, in the sense he would have been working in a Swiggy, and since he is not comfortable of delivering the food, he was trying to use the drone technology to deliver the food that has to be delivered. So in such manner, he was acting as a very unique manner, so that the foods could be delivered with less manual labor. So that is what he was been trying to do. So nowadays we could use the drones for several professional works, and instead of hobby and instead of fun toy, we could also use them for delivering the medical supplies too. It has to has the ability for distributing the seeds and fertilizers in agricultural applications. So that is how we could use the drones in agricultural applications, by seed distribution and fertilizer distribution. So if that's the case, we have to have the drones with a very minute holes, so that it is capable of collecting the seeds or the fertilizers that has to be distributed, and it has to be distributed evenly with some limitations. And also it has to have some solar panels, so that the battery that has been available could be augmented in a very better manner, and the recharging could be done automatically in an augmented way. So these are the components that has to be necessary, and some of the design specifications are, they has to be in hardened material according to the environmental conditions, because it must not fail in any environmental conditions. It has to have some propellers depending on the weight they must carry, so that it will be easier for them to travel from one place to the other. They has to be typically equipped with industrial grade light sensors and other features also. So these are the mandatory design specifications that has to be followed while designing a drone. So drones and agricultural applications, this is the major topic that has to be considered for us. The one thing is, if we are going to assign some important task for the drone, we have to consider the field instead of an enormous multi-ton or gas heating machine. That means every agricultural application has to be replaced with a UAV. Then we have to have some specific time and expense savings which has to be considered for us. In instance of IoT, drone can get the job done in a very minute manner. Crop spraying for fertilizers and pest management could be done in a one obvious one, because it is easier for us to use the drone for fertilizer spraying instead of the manual labor, which will cost us enormous amount of time and manual work. So these are some of the drones in agricultural applications. There is a wide variety of use in using drones in several areas like remote sensing and soil data collection and water data collections. These could be the future aspects that we can use in drone applications at the agricultural field. This is what which I have picked for today's class. Here the next class. Thank you.